you've not been seeing before. Let him open your ears, that you will hear what you've not been hearing before. Speak to him now. Let him show you what you have not seen before. You are one vision away from becoming the breaking news of the globe. Just one vision away. Just one vision away. Let him show you what you need to know. Let him tell you what you need to hear. My God. Ask him to touch you to this evening. In the name of Jesus. Can you welcome your neighbor and say, neighbor, you're welcome to service? Tell someone by your side, I am an agent of change. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Tonight, I'm going to do an extensive depth of teaching. I might just pick 2 or 3 prophecies. And then we'll go back to Revelation 5:5. We'll pray and we'll call it a day. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 7. Proverbs 22 and verse 7. Let's read together. 1 to go. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. If you have NLT or you have NIV Amplified, I want us to read this passage. Okay, thank you, sir. We are going to, when we are done, I'm going to give a space for us to ask questions. Is that okay? So you can be able to pick your questions. So let's read it one more time again. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is the servant to the lender. I want you to settle this in your heart. The rich will always rule over the poor. Settle it in your heart. There are 3 reasons why you should hate poverty. Refuse to be poor. Poverty is not good. The goodness of poverty is still bad. Do you know what I said? The goodness of poverty is what? is still bad. Understand it, accept it. So if you don't like money, you can leave. If you have a double doubt that rich people are not believers, the door is open. This service is not for you. I want to speak to people who believe that it takes wealth and riches and money to serve God. I want you to hear me. If you don't have money, there are 3 things you will do. It's not prophecy. You must do them. You will lie. You will steal. And you will compromise. Did you hear what I said? It's not a prophecy. It's a must. If you don't have money, you will lie. Many times you will lie. You will not lie because you like lying. You will not steal because you like stealing. And you will not compromise because you are happy to do it. But you will do it because you are poor. A poor man is a man who lies. A poor man is a man who compromises. And a poor man is a man who steals. So put it at the back of your mind. Then we'll begin to. Have you done that? Any quarrel with that one? Okay, no quarrel. Now the money is not in the bank. The money you are looking for is not in the bank. What did I say? The money is not where? In the bank. The money is not in the bank. Now, the first challenges that we face, or one of the challenges that we face in dealing with the issues of money, is on the issues of trust. True or correct? Or talk back to me now. True or correct? True. The moment you get into the business of money, the first challenge you are going to have is the issue of trust. Is it not? Now, I'm saying this to say that this is a process that I have been for quite some years now. And God is beginning to give me understanding and ways out of it. And that's what I want to share with you. The moment you get into the money business, you are going to find that trust is going to be a very big problem. Now, the issue of trust is even spread across facets of, businesses or companies. It's also to families. Have you ever seen someone where he's abroad and he gives his brother money to build a house for him, and his brother makes away with the money and never does anything? Has it occurred before? It's an issue of trust. Now, that is what we call the pre-contract signatures or pre-contract signing that marriages they do before you get married. They call it the pre-nut. Now, that contract is an agreement that for any time there is a divorce issue, the husband divides his properties into 2 and then gives the wife 1. Of course, many wealthy billionaires, their wives have taken advantage of that. Example is Jeff Bezos. Abramovich's wife did the same thing. The latest one was this guy, the footballer, Hakimi. So when the guy noticed that the wife has big eye on the money, he went behind and willed everything he had to the mother. So he changed every of the receipts to the mother. And then when the wife now said, I'm not doing again for divorce, and then the wife sues to the court. And then the woman is now demanding that whatever the guy has is divided into 2. The court discovered that the guy didn't have anything. That everything he had, he has changed the whole document to the mother's name. So that is pre-nut contracts because of lack of trust. And, I'm coming. I'm taking us somewhere. You just follow me. So the major problem in dealing with money is trust issues. So the way to move out of trust issues is by contract. So if you want to work with someone that you do not trust, get a contract. And the contract must contain a collateral. My lawyer is going to be the most busiest person on earth. You know why? If I want to buy olive oil from you, I'll bring a contract. You will sign that if it's not original, you will pay demurrage and damage. If you are not selling, I don't buy. Because it is going to eliminate the need for trust. Somebody talk back to me now. It will eliminate. I don't need to trust you to work with you. I only need to vet you to know your capacity to work with you. Because the issue of trust is, it could have been somebody you can work with in partnership. Right? And then we are working together in partnership. Holy Ghost, help me here. We are working together in partnership. And I am finding it difficult to invest in you because we do not have an established contract. So, and the problem is that you can walk away because there is nothing signed and there is nothing written. So for me to be able to work with you, I will need to bring in something that can remove the trust issue. So anybody that decides to climb the ladders of greatness, get a lawyer. Even if the one that just graduated, so long as the person can do stamping and seal, don't worry, get the person. Don't get into verbal agreements without contract. Let's say Minister Z is a keyboardist. He meets me and he wants to be sure that his future is secured. He can get a contract and ask me to sign. I go through the contract. It's understandable. It's okay. That contract removes him from the fear of trust. He does not need to trust me to work with me. He only needs to vet me. That's all. Oh, God signed a contract with the earth. And that's why he said, as long as the earth remains, seed time and what? Harvest time. It's a contract. Then he said, if you can alter the distance between the day and the night, then you can come in between the covenant he has with David. He's telling you that he has a contract that he has been able to establish. So the way to work with someone you don't trust is to establish what? Check it now. So your contract should be prepared. You'll give a sign. It removes fear of loss of any kind. So it makes you responsible. It makes the other person responsible. I'm going to teach us hard things. Even if it is your blood brother, get a contract. The moment the issue of trust arises inside of you, you don't trust this person. Do I trust? I don't trust. Please don't bother again. It's not everything you pray, get a contract. So contracts remove the need for trust. Am I helping us this evening? Huh? To the footballers, I know majority of you are here. One of my sons called me. They just paid him his first salary, and it was almost half. His agent collected half of the money they paid him. And when he asked the agent said, I gave you money for feeding. I gave you money for football boots. I paid your boss movements to training. So And the agent didn't even bother allowing him to hold the money first before he collects the money. The agent went to the club directly and negotiated with them, and they fired the money to the agent's account. So what they gave him was change. He brought the envelope and opened it and took a picture and sent to me. Say, Papa, look at. I said to him, play and don't complain. Now, in every time you want to grow, as long as money is concerned, there are two times that will exist in your life. Number one is the growing time when decisions are made for you. It's not a moment to complain. It's a moment to be patient and endure and work hard. Then number two is the time you will make the decisions. Am I speaking to someone? Let me say it again. There are two times that will exist in your life. And when you begin to grow, as long as finances is concerned, number one is when decisions will be made for you. In that time, decisions that you don't like can be made for you. If you fight it at the point where it's at the nursery, you'll never get to the finishing point. What that means is that when the decisions are being made for you in the nursery state, you fight the growth in the nursery. You will never have the advantage of saying what you want and making your own decisions. What's that? So as long as that is concerned, if you fight it in the nursery, you are never going to have the time that the seed will grow in the secondary where you can make decisions. When a farmer, when you plant a tree, that is the time you can match the tree, right? And the tree dies. Is it not? But when the tree grows and has branches, you will need to climb the tree to get what you want. It is natural in everybody's life. So long as you're working hard, these two times will always occur. So have it at the back of your mind. So when it comes, don't say they are using you. No, you are at a stage. When it comes, don't say they are marginalizing me. No. You are at a stage. A child does not take inheritance. It takes a son to get inheritance. Now you need to know that in your quest to making money, remember I said the money is not in the bank, right? So we are the first of all, we are trying to find the location of the money. So I'm trying to give you a background knowledge before we progress. The business model is a very important criteria to make money. If you want to generate money, then you must put a business model round about that thing that is the source of the money. Now, let me go back to my keyboardist. He's playing the keyboard and he's playing it because it's a job, right? But there is no business model around it. Is there? Huh? Talk back to me. Is there any business model around it? No. Now, but if he creates a YouTube account, he creates a Facebook account, he creates an Instagram account, he creates a TikTok account, and then he now goes to 3 months of 10 to 15 hours rehearsals every day. In the goal for him to be able to show the world that he's gifted or he's skilled or he's technical, has he created a business model around about it? Yes. Now, hear me. The difference between when he did not create a business model and the business and when he created the business model around about this is just one singular word: intention. The intention is the difference between when he was doing it for fun and when he was doing it as a business model. Can I speak to someone here? Before you spend any money, ask yourself, why should I lose this money to this person? Is it a spending of money or an investment? Okay, I think at this point, I will need to give you about 7 characteristics of a man on a mission to make money. In your quest to making money, you must be ruthless. And you must be brutal. Get me some money in my bag. I said number 1, you must be what? And you must be what? I know you don't like it, but that's the reality. I'm learning it on the hard way. You see the word dashing people money. If it does not leave you, you'll never be great. MD, please come. David, please come. My brother, come. Now, I want to dash money. So he comes, he asks me for money. I dash. I dash. I dash. And they are praising me. Right? Eh? Apostle, they give you. If you just come there and talk about any need, they go give you. I come again. Did the money increase? Jesus Christ. Well, take it again. I dash. I dash. I dash. And then on Sunday I came to church. Father bless me, Father bless me. Jesus calls me a fool. Because throughout the scripture, you would never find a place where money was dashed. Even when they came to him and said to him, we need you to pay tax. Jesus didn't do magic and money came out. He said to Peter, go to the mouth of the fish. It is work. Then I come back again. I dash. I dash. And I dash. You know what is going on? I'm already coming to there are 3, right? The moment I started dashing money, I'm already going to be number 4. To wait for another person to come and start dashing us. That's what I did not know. Then I come again. Omerora. Omifupu. Omemboji. Offer a fool. Meanwhile, the people I dash the money, they have also squandered it. So when I come the next day, I say, dash, you know. I have joined number 4. We are now 4 people who needs help. The reason is because I disobeyed the number 1 principle of money: ruthlessness and brutality. I know amount I gave you. After I will check whether it's complete. David. All right. Thank you. If you want to make money, you have to be ruthless and you have to be brutal. But if I'm giving them this money and they never give me back the money, but it's an investment. I'm seeing them going to the place. You know, there was a time I taught us on the topic helping the helper. Huh? Okay. That's different. But the issue of because you need money, that's why I should give you money. It's not reality. That you need money is not enough reason for me to give you money. No, it's not everybody that needs help that is qualified for help. So I should have my criteria that will qualify you for the money you're asking for. That's why when you see great people, their cycle is very small. Number 2, influence and connection. If you want to be someone that makes money, then you must begin to build influences and connection around your business model. You have to build what? And what? Around what? You have to build influence and connection around your business model. A club girl can become a church girl when she finds out that what she's looking for in the club is in the church. Now, you cannot say you want to make money, you want to become a billionaire, you want to become a billionaire, and there is no influence and connection around what you are doing. It takes money to rise. It takes much more money to remain there. So influences and connection. Number 2 requirement. Now, when you are under your business model, you must be able to generate your financial influences and connection, spiritual influences and connection, economical influences and connection, societal influences and connection, environmental influences and connection. Because on the night when they will try to bug your shop, you will not be there, but street boys will be there. Am I talking to somebody? Huh? All right. Street boys will be there. I heard about a story of a woman in Lagos. All she does, we are chain smokers, drug addicts, the bad boys in an area of Surulere. Wherever there's a place they stay in on Sunday morning to play ball. So the woman comes there, she cooks for them, serves them food, and not invite them for church, just preach to them and goes to church. Now, one of the days, she was going to church and they dragged her back. So she was crying about her valuables that was in the bag. You know what happened? The first person saw her, "Mama, why are you crying?" He said, "Collected her bag." In 24 hours, the bag was returned and nothing missing, nothing broken. That's environmental influence. To safeguard your business, you will need environmental influence. That is why there is a need for bonanza. That's why there is a need for Black Friday. Do you know that some people started buying? I think it's Jumia that does Black Friday. Some people started buying from Jumia after they went through Black Friday. Because all they needed was for you to come in first. And then test run. Like someone from me, I've never ordered anything in my life. I don't trust online. No, if I cannot see it and touch it and feel it and pay for it, you say I should order. No, I am an old-time boy. I'm not technological boys. No. All these 21st century things, I don't like it. I don't try it. I don't believe in it. order what I'm not seeing. Ha! I will now come and pay you on top of the order. No. Before the product will come, I will die. I will die. So the way I like it is, if it's in Katanga, I will enter motor and go to Katanga, and I will price by myself. All these buy and pay me, no. I don't even trust my bank for transfer, so I applied that for every time someone logs on, whether it is me or not, you try to log in, they will send me an alert because I don't want stories. Anything online, I'm an old time person. I don't believe in all these ripples online. Somebody will see clothes online, you now order. They will not put money. They will not pay. I can't do it. I'm sorry. That is Abba is not far. I can't do it. It's not my thing. I don't even try it. So anything you say online business, I say, thank you very much. God bless you. So what I'm trying to say is that you build that was one of the major reasons I didn't do MMM. Never. All my friends and everybody around me entered into it. Ponzi scheme they were doing. And I kept on asking a question. How do you expect me to bring 30,000? I don't know the business I'm using my money to do. Then you tell me after 30 days, the money will multiply. How? I tried understanding the system. They say if you bring your 30,000, they will take it and give. I said, no. It's not my thing. There is nothing anybody did not preach for me to join that system. I said, so long as I cannot follow my money and trace it, I won't do the business. So I don't know what it means to lose money. I've never lost money. So you need to build environmental influences. In that area where your business is, take a time to do philanthropic and communal works around that area to build environmental success. It's key. It's key. It's key. Very important. Those solo people you are seeing along the road, you are driving your car and you're passing, you wind down sometimes, greet them, give them 500, give them 200. It's not much. It's called environmental influence and connection. Those are barrows at gates. You are driving past them. Take out 200, take out 500. Keep giving them. They will take identity of you. On the day of trouble, God will use them to hide you in his pavilion. Number 3, you must be able to differentiate between friends and allies. You must be able to differentiate between what? Friends and what? Am I showing you where the money is now? Please just keep following me. You must be able to differentiate between friends and allies. Now, it is not everybody that is an ally that is a friend. Now, we come to the music city. We have music ministers, right? We can be in the same music city as allies because we are agreeing to achieve a common goal, but we are not friends. The problem is when you begin to see everybody around and within you as friends. When you make allies friends, you've made a mistake. You are not far from pain. As a football group, it is not every footballer that is your friend. As church members, we are allies. We believe in the same faith, but we are not friends. So I can work with you based on an ally, but you are not my friend. And it will be obvious to you that we are not friends. Are we together? Is that difficult? Is that difficult? It is not everybody that you give a high five that is your friend. So we can be business partners but not friends. Everything I am dealing with you is on the basis and on the platform of pure business. You don't expect me to explain my personal matters to you. Because these are things that stops us. The moment you begin to make an ally a friend, you will lose the friendship. And when you lose the friendship, you lose the partnership. Am I teaching good this evening? So the problem is that an ally, you will now convert every ally to become a friend. And when you convert an ally to become a friend, because the person will not have the capacity to maintain the friendship, you will lose the friendship. And the moment you lose the friendship, you lose the partnership. And when you lose the partnership, you've lost everything. Someone that would have been a stepping step to your next level, because you did not know how to manage the relationship, to keep the person on an ally base, you will eventually expect an ally to behave like a friend. He's not your friend. For example, you don't expect an ally to give you a vehicle to go and run your family errands. Except the family errand has a way of indirectly affecting the business. And then when the person says, I'm not going to give you the vehicle, you become angry, not knowing that you are asking from a wrong person. Everybody in your life, if you must make money, must have a label. Oh, is you not the other day that Paul was speaking to the Galatians? He said, mark them. That what brings contradiction and what division to what? To the doctrines that you have been believed and taught. He said, mark and what? Avoid them. You can avoid an ally, but not a friend. So if we are allies, it means we are in the same business. So I don't need to tell you about my personal stuff. Our business, our talks ends very well on the stages of what? Business. So when you begin to relate with people of allies as friends, you have a problem. Now, you need to know that an ally is on the basis of interest. I said I have been on prayer, long-term prayer, asking God a lot of questions. And even I knew this few years back. There are people I would never have lost. Because I refuse to understand that these people are not my friends. They don't even like me. So they are only with me on the basis of interest. Then I began to place the ally demand on a friend. It will not work. It is not as though a friend cannot be a friend and an ally. It's possible. But you must be able to differentiate. There are some pastors, when a pastor comes now, I have my exam to test the pastor, to know whether the pastor is an ally or a friend. If you're an ally, me and you will never have issues. Because I understand that the only reason why you are coming to me is not because you like me. So if you want all your pastors to like you, you are grossly mistaken. If you want all your workers to like you, you are going to make a mistake. You should be able to walk extremely perfect with people who hate you. That's if you want money. That's if you want to grow. You know they don't like you, but you have to devise a means to work with them because they are needed. And the greatest force of growth is partnership. So when you understand people and you know why they need you, please, I need you to look around your cycle when you get home and ask yourself, why do these people need you? And why do you need them? It will help you to differentiate them and keep them where they belong. Are we together? Are we together? So when you have that relationship, you know how to relate with everybody. So never expect from an ally the supplies of a friend. And never expect from a friend the supply of an ally. For example, let me say, he's my cousin, he's my blood cousin, right? You know that we are related by blood. Now, my business with him does not only end on him playing the drums, because we are bloodly connected. Right? Okay. Now, if he says, Papa, I want to visit the house, I need to identify the personality that is coming to the house. It's not my church drummer. It's not the drummer of the church. It's my brother. Right? So he's coming to the house as what? If exchange with him. Because I need to these things are things that have stopped me. I suffered from it. Everybody that comes around me, I want to make the person my friend. God says, not so, not so. Tell your neighbor, not so. Not so, not so. Everybody around me, even if you spend 3 days in my life, hey, you've stayed 25 years. Me brugilish. I will give you my ATM. I will give you my phone. In fact, I can even give my life to hold. Tell your neighbor, not so, not so. Now, me and him is together. He's a drummer of the church too, is he not? Eh? If he says, Papa, I want to see you, I cannot say come to the house. Not because he's a bad person, but because he's an ally. Are we together? I didn't say you're an ally, but you can still be an ally. So, I can tell him, see me in church. Or see me in the office. I cannot tell him to come and see me at home. Like this, like that. Eh? After all, what two of them needs is for them to meet me. Is he not? Now, if this guy finds his way, Adiana Kavi, Diana Malakata. If this guy finds his way to my house, I've already started losing him as a church drummer. That day he steps into my house was the day I signed the contract agreement for him to stop being the church drummer. You know why? He will begin to cross boundaries. Familiarity contest will begin to set in. And the moment that familiarity contest comes in, there is a place he will poke tomorrow. I will want to restrict him. He will see it that I don't like him anymore. He will leave. Whereas, all I was trying to tell him is that, bro, you've crossed boundary. He's not going to understand it because the day one I would have checkmated his actions without me and him having issues. I did not do it. So if he wants to see me, we see at the office or we see in church. And he will never have a need to, he knows that he's coming to see his pastor. Because if I say come to the house, he's no longer his pastor is coming to see. He's either his brother or his friend. And so long as he remains as an ally, he will never leave the church. You know why? Because there will never be a time I will have issues with him. Am I teaching good? But if you bring this guy to your house, remember that you are removing a certain level of honor from him. You can see. So you must differentiate between an ally and what? And a friend. Are you tired of my teaching? Now, these are things that had they been, I understood them 2-3 years ago. There are people I will never have lost. Because I saw everybody around me as family. The next point is the survival instinct. On your quest to building money and finance, you must have a survival instinct. Never say die. You keep working every day. You keep developing. The moment you get into the environment of money, there are 3 things you must expect. Because one of the reasons why when people get into the environment of money, they tend to bounce out of it is because there are information they did not step in with. Like if you are aware that somebody wants to hit you, you are prepared, right? The pain is lesser. But when the person takes you unawares, the pain is higher. So one of the things you need to be aware of on the environment of money, number 1 is betrayal. Difficult things. Difficult things. Number 2 is that everybody and anybody around you is a future competitor. And that's why your ruthlessness and your brutality is. How many of us knows how to do coke here? Coca-Cola will never reveal their formula to anybody. Never. If you get into a business, let's say the business is speaker, right? Now, what makes your own speaker durable is the body. When people ask you, how do we make speaker? Tell them everything, but leave how to make the body out. That's why you can't replicate me. Even the wife I'll marry tomorrow, in your totality of trying to know me, is only what I want you to know. You will eventually know. You will think you know, but you don't know that you don't know. Any day God comes and tells us what makes him God, he will cease to be God that day. Any day God comes and says, this is why I'm God, he's no longer God. Because you prepare from betrayal, listen, hear me. You will not hear these things I'm telling you. See, you will start preparing for betrayal from the level of friendship. When you are friends with the person, is the day you start preparing for the day the person will betray you. So that when the betrayer comes, you smile at home. You smile. Somebody asked me a question. The person said, Why do you think you won't fail in ministry? I said, because the place I kept it, no human, no spirit, no God can get there. Even if the church collapses, I will start again. Give me the same number of years, I will replicate what I lost. I said, because where I kept what I kept, only me and God knows the place. Imagine if God reveals where Garden of Eden is. Today, to be a tourist center, Elon Musk would have carried his space to go there. And so God said, that's for me. It's for me. Was the Garden of Eden on planet Earth? Is it on planet Earth now? Yes. But God does it like this. The more you look, they have traced Euphrates River, traced the river Tigris, traced all of them. They know that it's at the point where the four rivers met. That's where the Garden of Eden is located. Nothing is there. From the scripture. Because the Bible said it was from the garden that the four rivers flew out. And any place those rivers flew to is where oil is dumped on the last proportion. Because God made Eden so easy for wealth to be touched and felt. So the waters that we are flowing from there, that we are like crystals, that's how the oil is. The crude. So God does that. So you need to understand that. You prepare for betrayal. Know that everybody that is your friend today in the same business is a competitor tomorrow. Then number 3, you have to expect is disappointment. Then the number next you need to expect is who owns the leverage. In your quest to making money, who owns the leverage? Leverage is not owned by 2 people. At a point in time, one person is on the leverage. Right? Alright, let's say 2 people, one ugly man, one ugly rich man, and another fine poor girl. Okay, that's good. One ugly rich man versus a fine poor girl. Who has the leverage? The rich man, because he has money to afford a beautiful girl, is he not? Now, if the girl eventually become young, beautiful, rich girl versus a young, ugly, rich man, who owns the leverage? You see, the leverage has changed. So you need to understand that every time an image is projected, leverage is understood. Anytime image is projected, leverage is understood. Anytime image is projected, leverage is understood. Lastly, before we go to the next, in your rising of finance, find a way to get political connection around it. Are we together now? Find a way to do what? All right. Now, the easiest way to begin to rise in your bank statement. Listen. If you only pray in the Holy Ghost, speak in tongues, bask in anointing and the power and manifestation of the Spirit of God, and in all you're doing, you don't check your account balance, you're a fool. If you are praying in the Holy Ghost, and after your prayer, you don't go and check your account balance, you are what? A fool. Because the voice of the poor is not heard in his village, and his knowledge is despised among his brethren. So anything you are checking, check what? Tell your neighbor, say neighbor, in all thy checking, check account balance. Check the other neighbor. Say neighbor, in all thy checking, check account balance. Maybe I will need this for my own. In all thy checking, check what? Account balance. That's why the Bible says watch and pray. It didn't say close your eyes and pray. It said do what? Watch and makanapa. So in your quest to develop your your income, you need to develop multiple streams of income. But there is a problem. Now, if you want to develop multiple streams of income, you might 95% fail. Let me tell you the reason. The vision you caught for that particular stream of income, nobody has it. The person you will employ will not have it. So, you will have to start with one. Develop it to the point that you can be able to detach yourself from it without it feeling your absence before you move to another one. I'm saving you losses of tomorrow. When you develop an income, steady on it. It's not because money came in and then you split the money into small business. You eventually lose all of them. So when you are doing that, when you split it, you make sure you start with one. Concentrate. Build that one to the point you can now detach yourself from its existence. And it will not feel your absence. Then you move to another one. What do I mean? A business is not matured until it can generate a consistent database. Okay, let me use the common one, POS. You know, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 POS machines, right? Or you can have multiples of small scale shops, dry cleaning shops, barbing hair shops, and all that. Now, the database I'm talking about is that when you generate that business, when you start up the business, you must be able to consistently be able, let's say, in first week, 5,000 came in, second week, 3,000, third week. So you don't have a database, right? So when the database is fully matured, is when there is a level of consistency in the stream of income of that business. Now you can be able to ascertain that this is the amount this business is supposed to give to me, give or take, for a month. So if you visit that business in a month and it is not giving you that, it is called an anomaly. It is abnormal. For example, a business that you managed for confirmed 20 weeks and the business was giving you 30,000. Then all of a sudden you give it to somebody, the person gives you 30 and then gives you 15,000. Something is wrong. So you can be able to easily attend to it based on the database you already have. So you cannot do a business and then you just grow the business, you put money, put somebody into it and then you leave. No. Now hear me. There is no big restaurant on planet Earth that the owner is a cook. Let me say it again. There is no big restaurant on planet Earth that the owner of that restaurant is a cook. What I mean by that is that you can own a restaurant because you love cooking. But when you eventually open the restaurant, you're not going to be the cook to the restaurant. Huh? If you are the cook, the business will die. When he opens his business, pharmaceutical business, what he needs to do is to stabilize it. Now, what does he do? He runs the business for some months, understands the marketability functions of the business, and then he gets a manager, pay the manager to manage his business so that he can go for expansion. When you manage the business yourself, you can never expand. But before you leave the business for someone else to manage for you, the business should have been able to create a database. And please, when your manager comes, before you discuss salary, give the person the database. And say, this business you are going to take has a history. Now, the history is that for the past 6 months, I've been managing it. This is what it has produced. And this is our current expenditure. So you don't give me anything below this. Insert it in the contract. Now you will insert that thing in the contract so that if the person goes below that, the person's salary should accommodate for his excesses. You know why people do businesses? They told me about one boy that went for a business and they are paying him 30,000. By the end of the month, after they have minused his losses, the money remaining is 1,000 naira. So they gave him one. The guy quit the business. They are paying him 1,000 naira. They are supposed to pay him how much? 30,000. But he ran losses and it's a drinking place. So he will give people drink before he's coming back. The people has taken their drink and went away. So the manager kept on doing minus. By the time they paid him his salary is how much? He said he's not doing business. That what kind of? It's better he stays at home. In fact, he ran a loss of 29,000. So people should know that your business is not a playground, and it is not open for experiment. They should know that. Insert it into the contract. Let them be aware. Oh, I don't like paperwork before me. I just, hey, yeah, my friend, let's do the business now. So let's try by saying, no, don't bother yourself. Now, let me and you agree that we're going to buy Tengom. Bring your liar. Without paper, nothing is done. So have that at the back of your mind. Now, when you, oh my God. Time has gone. Okay, just give me 5 minutes. We can't finish. So what do we do? Suggest. No, continue. We can only postpone till Sunday. But no, continue is not in the distinct options. Okay, postpone to Sunday. So give me 5 minutes. Now, when you build your business, you must build your business around people's problems. Don't go and say, I like this. It's not what you like that will give you money. It's what people lacks that will give you money. Am I talking to somebody? Let me say it again. It is not what you like that will give you money. It's what people lack. So when you are building your business, you build your business around people's problems. Lastly, before we pray, you must develop an ecosystem for your business. I told someone, if you give me $20 billion, come back in 2 hours, you won't find a kobo in my account. I said, because the investment that will swallow up that money is already on ground, waiting for investment. If you ask me to produce a governor in Abia State from now till 2027 with money, I will produce it without rigging one single election. And you yourself, even as the INEC chairman, can rig it. I will create an ecosystem that it is impossible for incumbent governor now to win the election with his whole power. Is knowing how to create an ecosystem. How could Donald Trump have lost the election? It's not possible. Elon Musk has about 5 companies. He brings in Jeff Bezos, the greatest online dealer. He brings in Mark Zuckerberg, who owns the Meta that we are using, or what you know as the Facebook. He brings in Pichai, who is the owner of Google, CEO of Google. How could he have lost? Merge the businesses together. You will see that the labor force he's already commanded is vast. Very, very vast. That is a system to create money. Money is a response. You need to know that. Now, I want you to hear this. In developing an ecosystem, you will need people. Now, that is a mistake we do. Jesus picked disciples who will complete him, not compete with him. You didn't hear what I said? I said Jesus picked disciples who will what? Complete him, not what? Compete with him. When you are picking your ecosystem, when you are picking people to work with, what you should be looking for is people who will do what? Complete you, not compete with you. The moment you pick people who are coming to show you that they are good, you have picked the wrong set of people. So in your picking of the ecosystem, be wise to pick people who will do what? Complete you and not compete with you. Now, I want to mention something in passing. Some of us are in a business with a greedy person. I will tell you what to do. Allow a person. A greedy person will always make a mistake that will make him lose everything he has generated under greed. So just be steady and be calm. Allow him to keep taking the things that belong to him. If you are patient enough, a greedy person will always, in their quest for greediness, they will open loopholes that will make them eventually lose everything they've worked for. I'll take one question and then we'll shift to Sunday first service to complete this. Any question? I'll just take one. Just one question. If there's no question, Revelation chapter 5 and verse 5. Question. Alright, just one. Please put up Revelation chapter 5 and verse 5. I'm going to pray with it.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Sir, you made mention of allies and friends. And there was something I know here. So, to be sure, be sure I'm actually correct. Can a person be an ally and a friend? Because from scriptural basis, we are allies for God, but He still calls us His friends. So is it possible for, as humans, I'm not relating with God now because He's our Father, I'm not relating to Him as humans. Can you have a ally as a friend and vice versa?
All right. It took Jesus 3 years to call His disciples friends. You can read the scriptures. He kept on calling them disciples. 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 And then when He eventually called them friends, He now said there are things that He wants to tell them, but their spirit cannot contain it. He said, I will leave, and I will send you a comforter. When He shall come, He shall bring you into all knowledge. So a friend can also be an ally, but it takes time. It is not every of your brother that wants your success. One of the things God is teaching me to understand, it is not everybody that said God bless you that meant it. Sometimes God bless you is casual, because eventually when God begins to bless you, the person will fight you. Because when the person said God bless you, the person did not take it serious. And the person did not understand the weightiness and the influence around God bless you. I can come to you and say, David, may you be greater than me. It's easy words to say, right? And then in 3 years, you are greater than me. Will I be able to submit to you on the platform that you're not greater? Will I not say, are you not common David of yesterday that I prayed for? That's a mistake. You've changed status. You've changed status. Yesterday, I like researching a lot. I was watching the great Aton Zeribe. Atezenogbo, you know him now. And they were doing a launching for the library, the legacy library of Ibrahim Babangida, IBB. So they called him up, and if you see the way the guy was talking, you know the sender, he was calling him Tinimbu. When he finished addressing, he called Tinimbu. And then IBB looked at him like this and looked at Tinimbu. Tinimbu was busy clapping for him. IBB was just manage the man, just manage the man. And he made me to begin a research on the man. If you see the way he was even talking, he told, he said it's IBB that made Dangote, that made this one, that made that one, and made this one. That every one of them that is great today in Nigeria, it's from IBB. IBB sent him to here, sent him to the other one. If you see the way, that even when they refused, Abacha was having problem with IBB, that he drove to Asorok and asked Abacha what was the problem. And Abacha told him, he drove to Mina and told IBB. That's somebody came. Then after he said, I will give you 500 million. I will give you 500 what? Million. It's not million, no, million. Oh, number. And then he said, even Tinimbu is talking to the president too. And while he was talking, he was with his cap on his hand. I said, child, listen, I will come to show you the place where the Bible, me and you read, says that money answereth all things. I saw another donation where he said, I will give you people 5 billion. You might not like this, but before you pray, let me give you one reason to pray. The rich will always give to the rich. The rich will always give to the rich. You know, the man was he's so influential. He doesn't go to church. But Catholic, they send him a priest that comes to do mass in his parlor. You know, he comes to the priest. He has his own personal choir that will come to his house, and then the choir will sing the song he likes, and then the priest will do mass in his parlor. He will pay everybody and they will go. He does not go to church. Church comes to him. See, he refused to be poor for a reason. Refuse to be what? Refuse it. Refuse it. Refuse it. I said to God, I will fast until you bless me. When he finished, the president was clapping for him. I have the video. I'll bring it. It's part of my teaching. President was clapping after calling him Trimbu. Let a casual man go and call him Tinubu. They will spell president for you and spell GFR. After talking the way you walked out, Anglican invited him before he gave them 5 billion. He started again. That there was an Anglican, but his only problem is that they don't serve everybody communion. What concerns you? And that they are supposed to be serving everybody. Everybody, that why would they say it's only people that will be taking? But anyway, that he's supporting this project with 5 billion. The only reason Jesus survived on planet Earth is that he had men of financial capacity that we are backing him up. You know what God asked me when I was thinking? You know, many preachers have told us that they just came and asked for his body, right? It's a lie. A man you don't know can ask for your body. And Jesus was buried in the sepulchre of the wealthy man. Jesus had influence. Massive influence. Do you know how many times they tried to kill him? They will say, no. Let them look for a way. He said, they don't know the response of the masses. Influence. The Bible said, for he went about doing good, for God was with him. The day you will need money to answer you, I stand on this exalted altar, joining my faith with the faith of my fathers. On the day you will need money to answer you, money will not fail you. I want you to hear me. I join my faith tonight with the faith of my fathers, and I prophesy and speak over your life. Whether you're online or outside, the day you will need money to answer you, I decree money will not fail you. 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 I want you to hear me. God said to me, go and create your own billionaires. So I came with the billionaires anoint, and I speak over your life that the day you will need money, money will not fail you. Money will become a servant to you from today. I say money will become a servant to you from today. I say money will become a servant to you from today. I say money will become a servant to you from today. As we are going to be singing Abdullam, because it was at Abdullam that rejected men became men of valor. It was at Abdullam that men they said will become nothing in life became men of recompense and men of advert. The Bible said they kept on fighting until the sword glued to their hand. It was at Abdullam that men received the teaching of spiritual knowledge that transformed their destiny and their family lineage. We are going to Abdullam now. Minister James, speak the mic. We are going to Abdullam.